Today we are working on Excel Lesson 5, the 7th lesson, Page Setup Options. So this is the document you should have opened up. Step 1 says on the Page Layout tab, so let's click on the Page Layout tab. In the Page Setup group, which is right here, click Orientation, and then select Landscape. On the Page Layout tab in the Page Setup group, click Size. And then we're going to select Legal, which is right here. It says note, for some type of printers, Excel may only display paper sizes or the paper size name, letter, or legal. Click the File tab and then click Print. Click the Next Page and Previous Page buttons to view each of the pages, and you can see down here we have 12 pages. It says note that the worksheet now appears sideways and is wider at 14 inches or legal size paper. More columns now fit on each page, but some columns still need to overflow to additional pages. And it says to note the number of pages, which we see are 12. So mark that as answered. Go to the next one. Click the Back button. And then on the Page Layout tab, in the Scale to Fit group, here's our Scale to Fit group. Click the arrow next to Width and click One Page. Now click File and then click Print. Click the Next Page and Previous Page buttons to view each of the pages. Excel has automatically scaled down the data to fit all columns on one page. Again, make the noted number of pages and compare against the number of pages before scaling. So before we had 12 pages, now we only have 4. So mark that as answered. Go to the next one. In the Print section of Office Backstage, click Fit All Columns on One Page to view the options displayed. So we're going to click right here. Shows you our options. Click in a blank area of the Excel window to close this pop-up list. So just click away from it. Click Landscape Orientation and then click Portrait Orientation. The entire worksheet now fits on 2 pages, but the size of the text is really small. You can enter your own scale value to find a better compromise. Click Fit All Columns on One Page and then click Custom Scaling Options down at the bottom. On the Page tab, click Adjust To right here. And then click Custom Scaling Options. Didn't mean to say that. I looked up one. So on the Page tab, click Adjust To, replace the number in the total text box with 65. So instead of 39, we want to make that 65. And then click OK. Click the Zoom to Page button on the lower right corner of the window to zoom in closer. Right here is Zoom to Page, bottom right over here. And then click Zoom to Page to zoom out again. Hint, you can also set the Adjust to value by entering it in the Scale field on the Page Layout tab in the Scale to Fit group. So it's a different way of doing things. Mark that as answered. Go to the next one. Next it says click the Show Margins button in the lower right hand corner of the window. So that's this button right here. You can see that it shows the margins like it says it does. The margin markers are useful to show the amount of white space reserved as the page margins. Excel has 3 predefined margins and the ability to specify your own custom margins. Click Normal Margins and then click Narrow. Normal Margins is right here, and then click Narrow. If you print this worksheet, the page will appear cramped because of the narrow margins and the amount of data. Now revert to the default page setting scale at 100%, letter page size, and normal margins. So normal margins. No scaling. And a letter page size. So letter page size, normal margins, no scaling. Alright, mark that as answered. Go on. Click Show Margins again to remove the margins in the preview. So that's this button right here. Click Custom Scaling, no scaling. Oh, it's doing what we were told we were going to do before, which I just did already. So that should say no scaling. Click Legal, change that to letter, and then click Narrow Margins and click Normal. I did that before without reading their instructions. I thought it wanted us to do it on our own. Okay, so mark that as answered. Click the back button. Then on the Page Layout tab in the Sheet Options, here's the sheet options. Click the Print checkbox under Headings to turn it on. So make sure under Headings, click the Print. Click File, and then click Print. Mark that as answered. Go to the next one. Enter 1 in both text boxes for pages so that only one page is printed. So I'm going to change this to 1 and 1 here. Hint, after you've finished printing, remember to go back to the Office Backstage print screen to remove or change the first and last page numbers. The page number selections will remain there until the workbook is closed. Verify only one page is showing in the print preview area, which it is. The worksheet is displayed again after printing. On the Page Layout tab in the Sheet Options group, so let's go back to the Page Layout tab in the Sheet Options group. Click the Print checkbox under Headings to turn that off. Mark that as answered. Submit. Submit results. And we got 7 green check marks. So this completes page setup options.